All right, so hopefully you all can see that. Can you all see? I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. All right. Now, like I said, this is the biggest part, is what I want you to write down. All right, so pH. What is pH? All right. Now, you don't have to write the definitions of all this. But the pH is the value used to express the acidity of a solution. All right. We already know that it indicates the concentration of hydronium. Acids have hydroniums, right? The stronger the acid, the higher the H. Okay. So hopefully we kind of got that down. Acids have H's. Bases have what? What do bases end with? Yeah,
It's an OH.
OH. Okay. So we're going to hit our first pH value. All right. So calculating pH, right? What you have to do, I'm going to make that large to start off. Convert the concentration into a power of 10. Okay? Convert it into a power of 10. So have you guys learned scientific notation?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so concentration converted into a power of 10. So what I'm going to do real quick is this is our first equation. All right? Oh, I don't know. There we go. I'm going to make my right. There we go. Okay, we're going to zoom in. So this, I'm going to create a big box of 4 different equations. Well, 8 in total, actually. All right? So in the top left, I'm going to have the H plus concentration. Actually, with the Sharpie, let's get gold. Ooh, blue. That's what I'm talking about. My H plus. So that's what we just talked about. H plus concentration. If I want to go to pH, all right, the equation that we just did, I'm going to draw an arrow from H to pH. Okay? The pH is equal to negative log function. I'm going to turn sideways. Negative log function of the H plus value. Okay? And if you're going the other way, pH to H value, H is equal to 10 to the negative pH value. All right, so that's where we're going to use the caret function. That negative pH is an exponent there. Does that make sense? All right, so in addition, everybody got that? Let's see it. I'm zooming in a little bit. Okay. How does your math teacher teach? Do they do document cameras or up on the board? Do they? They have smart boards? Ah, that's nice. Everybody good? Okay. So, from pH and H, we said bases have OH. So on this corner of the board, I'm going to have OH and POH. Now, what you're going to see is these are very similar equations as to what we just put. So the arrow going down is going to be POH is equal to negative log of the OH value. Let me zoom in a little bit. And then going up will be OH will be equal to 10 to the negative P OH. Okay, exact same equation, just OH instead. Okay, we're halfway done. How do we feel? Not bad, not bad. Okay. All right, so if we go back, pH is equal to the exponent. We'll do a conversion here. So what is the pH if the hydronium concentration has a hydronium concentration of 0.001? So what you have to do, what is the pH? So it's asking what is the pH? So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to take the negative log of your H value. All right, and we know the H value because H is hydronium, and that's given right there. So we're going to have to use log, and it's a new function in here. We got, oh, not hard to see my calculator, I guess. Very bright. Maybe I'll put it down. That's better a little bit. So you're going to hit the negative button, which is right there. All right. Log. Log's a new one. All right. You're going to use log. All right. And then whatever number you've given. So 0.00, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros and a 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1. And I got my answer to be 6. Is that what you guys are getting? So 6 is the pH value. If we have a pH value of 6, is that an acid or a base?
Acid.
That's an acid. Okay, and that's how you do those calculations. Does that kind of make sense? Answer 6. Perfect. Ooh, what is the concentration? So now, question 2 says, what is the concentration of a solution that has a pH of 8? So what you're doing is you're going the opposite. We know the pH value. We have to find the concentration. So I'm going up. So I'm going to use my up arrow equation. My up arrow equation is 10. So I'm going to plug in 10 caret because it's an exponent, right? That's an exponent. So negative, what's my pH value in this example? 8. So when you plug it into your calculator, see if I can show you. Let's zoom in a little bit. It should look something like that, correct? 10 caret negative 8. You all see that? And then you click enter. And that's your answer. That's your answer.
This calculator doesn't do that.
Really?
Yeah.
All calculators have the log function. 10 caret. You got the exponent value?
Well, it does that, but then it answers 1e negative 8.
That's enough. You can write that as well. Same thing.
Okay.
Same thing. Okay. That's 2 of our equations. All right. All right. Now, we're going to write the last ones. Oh, that's a big number. All right. Last ones. Let me zoom out so you can see it. All right. So, do you want to start easy or start hard?
Hard.
Okay, I see. So H. So somehow we can get to H to OH. So we're going to form a little bridge. Okay, so H to OH. OH is going to equal 10 to the negative 14th power. 10 to the negative 14th power divided by your H. 10 to the negative 14th power divided by H. Now going backwards, very similar. H is equal to 10 to the negative 14th power divided by OH. Very similar. Let me zoom in for you guys. Very similar. Okay. That's to the negative 14th. I kind of messed that up. That's my bad. Any questions on that? And then the last two is down here, pH to POH. I'm going to draw an arrow. These are the easy ones. So the POH is equal to 14 minus pH. And going backwards, pH is equal to 14 minus POH. That is our square. That's our box. We have 8 equations. Sounds like a lot. It is a lot. Yes, sir.
The OH isn't written in exponent form, is it?
No. That's a great question. Just subtraction in this one. Great question. All right.
POH, right?
Say that one more time. So we have 8 different equations. That's a lot. That's a lot. Now, what we should be able to do is, let's say, from this information, oh, where'd that go? Where'd that go? From this information, we should be able to calculate all the different things. So if you see a problem like this, H plus, I'm going to write this up. So H plus is equal to 1.0 times 10 to the negative second. Okay. In this example, it says, what is the negative OH value? So if I go back, I know this value right here. And I'm asked, what is the OH value? What am I going to do? Yeah.
You do OH equals 10 to the negative 14th power divided by 1 times 10 to the negative second power.
You're exactly correct.
But have that in parentheses.
You're exactly correct. So I'm going to use this arrow, right? Because I'm trying to get to OH. Does that kind of make sense? I'm trying to get there. So what I'm going to do is 10 to the 14th, negative 14. So let's plug this in my calculator. 10 to the negative 14th power. And then divide that answer by what I was given. I was given 1.0 times 10 to the negative second. And my answer, I got 1 times 10 to the negative 12. Is that what you guys are getting? I want you guys to try it out so you guys all are getting the same thing. So what I did was 10 times 10 to the negative 14th power divided by what I was given in the problem. I got 1 times 10 to the negative 12.
Yeah, I got negative 16 too.
I think it's because
You put into the negative first on the. Is that the negative first on 1 times 10?
Negative 14.
No, on what you're dividing the 10 in there on your calculator.
1 times 10 to the negative second.
Is the exponent on your calculator too though?
Yeah. Let's try it again. So 10 times 10 to the negative 14th. So I got 10 to the negative 14th divided by, parentheses, 1.0 times 10 to the negative second exponent. I got the same answer I got before.
Let's have parentheses.
I did add parentheses.
No, I mean like, but if you didn't, if you don't have parentheses, you just.
Oh, gotcha. Parentheses definitely help. Parentheses definitely help. Are you guys getting what I'm getting? Okay. Then the second question is this an acid or a base? How do we know that? How do we know if it's an acid or a base? There's only one way. One way or another. What do we have to find? What will tell us if it's an acid or a base?
pH level.
The pH level. So what we got to do is we got to find the pH value. So what you're going to do, I know this number. I have to get the pH. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the down arrow. All right, so my down arrow, my equation is pH is equal to the negative log, so negative log of whatever my H number is. My H number is 1.0 times 10 to the negative second. All right, so let's plug this in. Negative log of 1.0 times 10 to the negative second. Close my parentheses. What are you guys getting? 2? I got 2 as well. So is this solution an acid or a base? It's an acid. Does that make sense? So you are going to have to use this rectangle. You're going to have to use this rectangle to solve different problems. If I give you a pH value, are you able to solve an OH value? You are. You're just going to have to go a long way. You're going to have to go up or over and up. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
All right, it's a little tricky. Let's try one more. Let's try one more. And you know what? We're going to try one from our practice. All right, we're going to try one from our practice. All right. There we go. We're going to do a little acid-base practice today. All right, so you can skip number 1 for now. We're going to focus on number 2 and fill in this chart. Okay, we're going to try to focus on this chart real quick. Everybody get one? All right. So if we look at this, the first one, in the first one, what am I given? The pH. I'm given the pH. All right. pH is 3.78. All right. I have to solve all of these things. Okay. It's a little challenging, but we got this. First of all, do I know if it's acid or base yet?
No.
I know the pH value.
Oh, wait, yeah.
So, what would it be? Acid, very good. Okay, that would be acid. Okay, so I know the pH value. The first thing, what can I solve for if I know the pH? What should I do? Should I either, do you want me to go for the H plus or the PaOH?
POH.
That's pretty easy if I go to POH. Because if you look at this equation, all you got to do is 14 minus your pH. My pH in this problem was 3.78.
10.22.
You say 10.22, and that is my POH. Is that what everybody's getting? Not too bad. All right, so now I have these two values. I got to find these two values, so I got to go up. Let's do this first one. Got to go up. So it is 10 to the caret negative, what's my pH? 378. So I'm going to zoom in. What is 10 caret negative 3.78?
0.00016595.
All right, so let's just do two significant figures. So 1, 2, 3 zeros, and we'll go 17. Is that what everybody else is getting? 3 zeros, 165959, etc. Is there any questions on going up that equation we just did? Because it's actually the same thing for this side going up, because it's 10 caret negative. This time I have to use my POH value. What's my POH value?
10.2.
So let's plug that in our calculator. 10 caret negative. Okay, this one's given a little differently. So I have 6.0 times 10 to the negative 11th is what I got. 6.0 times 10 to the negative 11th. Is that what everybody else is getting? So in this problem, we were given one thing. And we were able to solve the POH, the OH concentration, and the H concentration. That's pretty awesome. Do you guys have any questions? Or do you want me to go over one more? DJ?
What's the range for acid or base?
0 to 14.
And then turns into base.
0 to 7 is acid, 7 is neutral, and 7 to 14 is base. You want one more example, or do you feel good? Feel good to go? All right. Well, I'll let you guys loose. All right. Try to get some of these done. All right. If you still need help, I'll actually go over one more on the board. But if you don't need help, try working on these. I'm actually going to turn on the front light up here. If you want to work with a partner to collaborate, go for it. But if you have questions, let me know. I just threw 8 math equations at you. I know it's very difficult. All right. But I am going to go over the second one on the board. So what I'm going to do.
Try to lose
Take this off.
it.